Composting. Whether it's a homeowner doing it in their own backyard or a company's large-scale operation, the goal is to create valuable soil amendments and slow the expansion of landfills. Composting, on any scale, is the process in which organic material is broken down by microorganisms in the presence of oxygen to a point where it can be safely stored, handled, and applied to the environment. Composting is primarily done in two techniques: active, where the waste is turned to help expedite the process, and passive, where the waste is not moved. Currently, due to popular demand by residents, the New Albany Service Department picks up leaves that residents rake to the curb with their leaf vacuum that attaches to a truck. New Albany then transports the leaves to a Kurtz Brothers facility in Westerville. From there, Kurtz Brothers transfers the dropped-off leaves to their compost facility in Groveport. The Solid Waste Group investigated how New Albany could incorporate a higher degree of composting within its own community. Three alternatives were considered. First, educating and encouraging private homeowners to start their own compost bins. 2, working in conjunction with the schools to start and operate a compost program on the school campus. And 3, a municipally operated and funding composting facility. Currently, there are no known residents within the Village of New Albany that operate private compost bins. There are many hurdles to private composting, including homeowner restrictions, small yards, education, and buy-in. None of the existing homeowners associations could be contacted for comment, but it is believed that the possibility of deed restrictions and/or covenants could hinder a composting endeavor. Since New Albany plans subdivisions with small yards and large public areas, many residents do not have or may not be willing to give up any available land for composting. Additionally, properties that do not have land available likely have setbacks and/or easements on their property prohibiting a compost bin. Lastly, it is likely that no citizens are composting because they do not know how. Education would be critical to ensure citizens compost correctly so that no negative externalities, such as odors and aesthetics, are felt by neighbors. The second alternative investigated to increase composting in New Albany was implementing a small-scale compost site on the school campus for educating students and the general public. Interviews with school administration officials revealed that while the school district is supportive of sustainable methods such as composting, they already have sustainable practices in place, like a pilot teacher food waste compost program, mulching dead leaves, and not collecting grass clippings. And any student involvement needs to be done within the context of the curriculum and the learning outcomes that they need to achieve. Due to these limitations, using the school campus as ground zero for increasing the entire community's composting efforts does not seem feasible. Finally, the possibility of creating a village-operated compost facility was investigated and revealed positive results. The amount of leaves collected annually would warrant a 2-acre site for composting. Since New Albany's Service Department already collects all the leaves from residents and transports them to a facility in Westerville, transporting the leaves to a local compost facility would result in less transportation time and would not interrupt or change the service residents know and expect. The recommended method of composting is windrows that would measure 6 feet wide and 4 feet high. New Albany would have to buy a windrow turner attachment for a tractor at a cost of approximately $15,000. Land is another cost with this project. Currently, the village does not own a sufficient amount of land for such a facility, and purchasing new property would be necessary. The Bevelheimer property south of the service facility is a preferable site due to its size, location, and surrounding atmosphere. Once the land and equipment is purchased, the operating costs should be very low. The windrows would require to be turned at least once a week in order for no smells to be created by the compost. Turning the windrows should take no more than 4 hours.